plugged in. I don't know what's going on. That's not good. Things don't seem to be how they should be. But I don't know why. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Matt with Rural Iowa. So today, I know it's been a while since we've messed with this boat, but we're going to be getting back into it. We've worked on some stuff. The trolling motor has been mounted, and we're going to start working on wiring. As soon as I got some breakers coming. I got some 50 amp breakers, but they're not the right size suggested by Minn Kota, so I'm going to be getting some 60 amp breakers that I'm going to be putting on there. Other than that, we're going to work on wiring up our gang switch and trying to figure out a wiring diagram on what we're going to be doing for the boat. Let's go ahead and show you the wiring switches that I got and what my idea is for a temporary fix. We have a Tsunami. It's 500 gallon per minute Tsunami pump. Got an Atwood boat horn. Got a horn rocker pin switch. Got a 5 gang switchboard that comes with USB charging and a cigarette lighter. And I got a couple of battery shutoff switches. So what I'd like to do is build a panel, temporary panel, just so I can get this stuff hooked up, make sure that it works, get it all running correctly. And it won't be a permanent solution to the boat, but so far it'll be what I want for right now, since we don't have much time to get this thing ready for our trip. Go ahead and get that going. My basic idea is, again, this is going to be temporary, but I got 9 3/4 inch gap between these two ribs. So I'm going to go ahead and put it between those two ribs. And again, this is going to be extremely temporary. I'm going to cut these out and secure the fuse, the horn, all that stuff. I might actually take one of these switches out and just replace it with the horn, because I'm not going to be utilizing all those switches right now. But other than that, we'll get to cutting. We'll cut the board up and try and get things situated so we got it all set up correctly. All right, this is going to be quick and dirty. So I just built a little box to be able to put my switch panel. I'm going to mount my fuses right down here. I'm going to be painting it just so it looks nicer, but I wanted to get it started, make sure I could get it done. It's just set in there for now. It's nothing special by any means, but I just wanted somewhere to be able to put my fuses without having to worry about it falling out or anything. And I'll find some way to secure it just temporarily. I got some elbow stuff that I can just bracket it on just so it stays put during any traveling. That's about as good as I want to get it for right now. I'm going to test fit my fuse box, make sure I got that all in the right spot, make sure I understand how to get this fused up correctly, and I'll be wiring my fuses and my switch panel together. I didn't show the building process of this. It's nothing special by any means. I don't really suggest doing this, but this is a temporary solution because I wanted to get the horn and everything hooked up, and the sump or the pump and all that stuff. So this will work for now, and then I'll figure something else out permanent, because what I'm wanting to do is I want to have a walking deck here. But I can't do that right now because I don't have time to do it. But we will continue on wiring with wiring. I'm going to test fit this though. That's going to go there. My fuse box is going to go here. I'm thinking, I thought about just mounting it like that. I don't think I'm going to have enough room though. I'd like to do it that way, but I don't think it's going to work, so I'm going to have to mount it sideways for right now. I know that some people have screwed this in and drilled holes on either side and on each side to run their wires to the back more cleanly. I am probably going to do that because even though this is temporary, I don't want wires everywhere. I'm probably going to paint this thing first, and then I'll worry about getting this bolted up and drilling holes. And if I really want to, I'll touch it up with a brush. But for right now, I'm going to prep this thing for paint. But I will do some sanding on this, and we will get it painted with some oil-based smoke gray. I'll show you that. Gonna be painted with gloss smoke gray, protective enamel. Probably gonna need a couple of coats. Bought some cheap Harbor Freight brushes just for the occasion. Well, not for this occasion, but just for the occasion of painting this stuff. Because it's oil-based, it tends to ruin really fast, or the brushes tend to not be able to be cleaned very well. I'm gonna sand this thing up, my orbital sander, wipe it off, then start to paint. Like I say, this is a temporary fix for right now. Later, I'm gonna worry about getting this thing actually wired up to be permanent when I got my walkways on. But for now, this will work. Okay. I'll wipe this thing off, and then I'm going to get to painting. The inside, I'm not that worried about. I might throw some paint on it, but I'm not as worried about it as I am about this. Again, this is not permanent. If I can only say that so many 100 times. I'm sure I'll get some comment about it. And I'm done for now. We'll wait for that to dry up. That's gonna take a little bit. Obviously, it's not the warmest out, but we're gonna wait on that. And I'm gonna do a little more research on wiring for the fuses. I'm waiting for the 60 amp circuit breaker to show up so I can get the trolling motor wired. Waiting for the 60 amp breaker so I can get the trolling motor wired. And other than that, I'm waiting on wire to show up so I can start wiring. Don't think there's anything else I'm gonna do tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow. So, see you tomorrow. And what we're going to be installing are these flush pull latches. I took my magnet out that I had in here. So I got a 2-inch cutout, circle cutout. We're going to cut this out, and I'm going to pray that this works, because if it doesn't, this is going to suck. So bear with me, and let's go ahead and do this. Okay. I'm gonna vacuum that off, and then we'll be right back and see what we got. Sadly, this is not deep enough. So the best thing that I can do is I got a cutout tool. I can cut that out so that then the latch fits in there. This is what we're having to mount in, but that's not gonna be far enough. I'm not really sure what I did wrong, so I guess I'll have to do some math and get back with you. We have officially gone full tilt on this because I could not get it to fit. My guesstimation was completely wrong. But now it fits, it latches. I'm gonna have to figure something else out for the next one, but I'm gonna get this secured in there just so it doesn't fall out. And I had to go through almost half of this, and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do to try and fix that. But for right now, we'll just do what we can, and I'll get this sealed up, secured up, and we'll move on to the next one and hopefully not botch that one as bad. All right, this one went a lot smoother. Got this flush pull latch, got it in. It's in good. Don't know if you can see that very well. What I did is I found out that this here fits perfectly around where the latch is. Fits perfectly around where the latch is to the back of here. So I set that up underneath, put the top on here, held this up against the piece of wood here, and then just scratched it where it was where this part is. So that worked out much better than trying to measure it. We're going to move on to the last, or second to last one, and hopefully that one goes as smooth, if not smoother. After a little denial and error, I finally got this one. This one went in super simple. It's good. That's good. And then that one I got wet. Because I had to cut that, I got wet paint on it, so I haven't messed with that one yet, but I know that one secured. But these ones secured, they're latched. We'll move on to the front now. One. That locks. So we got all of our flush pull latches put on, so we can move on to something else. I did get my 60 amp fuse. Let's go ahead and start trying to figure out our wiring for the trolling motor. Shouldn't be too hard, but I got two 12-volt batteries over there and a lot of desire to get this done. I ordered the part for the carburetor and it's not here yet. I think it just shipped, so hopefully it will be here relatively soon. Let's go ahead and work on this trolling motor. Now what we're going to be working on is the mouse nest that was so gratefully placed in our boat during the winter time, because, you know, why not? The best thing I've seen about this is that the purple foam insulation that I've used, I did not see any of it in the mouse nest, which means that they're not eating it. I guess, put it down in the comments below. Do you know if that purple insulation board has some sort of anti-mouse stuff? Anti-mouse stuff. Do you know if it has anything on it that is a bitter end or preventive? Because that foam board insulation that's white, that has the little pellets, balls, whatever you want to call it, they'll chew the heck out of that, but I haven't seen any chewed on insulation so far. So leave down in the comments if you know. Why have I not seen that? Alright, so it looks like I lost some audio for this, which has become a common occurrence. I have put up my battery chargers. I attached a 1 battery charger next to the 3 battery charger. Right now I'm trying to work on doing the wiring to be able to work, so 3 and a 1 instead of buying a 4-bank charger or 2 2-bank chargers, because when I initially bought that charger I did not think about putting a 12 or 24 volt system in the boat. So what we're trying to figure out is how to do our wiring and get stuff all buttoned up. Here we go. We're going to be pulling these wires out doing ring terminals on these so we can get them hooked up to the battery. Just a lot easier to do it out here than it is to try and do it inside the compartment. Okay, we got this thing all wired up. The two batteries are wired up. They have 14 gauge wire running alongside the boat to the back, which is then wired to two NOCO chargers. So let's go ahead and plug this thing in. Plug this thing in and see if any fires happen. We're gonna find out here real quick. Still need to do a lot of cable management. Just haven't done it yet. Plugged in. I don't know what's going on. Let's go ahead and unplug these and we'll plug them each individually in and see what happens. That's not good. Things don't seem to be how they should be. But I don't know why. Alright, so the issue that we were having is one of my soldering connections came unsoldered. So, all just a menagerie right now, but one of these cables came unsoldered. I still need to do a lot of cable management, but for right now, got all my battery chargers working. Again, got to do a little cable management, but it's a step in the right direction, at least. So we got flush mount latches done. We got the trolling motor, or the wiring for the charger set up. That's all wired. I need to get some different ring terminals. The ring terminals that I ordered did not, they were the right gauge, but they were not the right size of connectors for the battery. So I need to go get some new connectors on that. But other than that, we're well on our way. Really glad to see that I got the chargers hooked up. Batteries are in the boat. That's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Even though I don't want to hear it, I know I'm going to hear it anyway, so I might as well ask for it. Other than that, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.